The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, a primetime programming platform-defining show, wrapped its run with a series finale that was so significant that there were not one, not two, but three possible endings. This is after 6 decades on screen, 5 seasons, 43 episodes, and numerous laughs. Are you curious about the Marvelous Mrs. Maisel's methods for resolving each character's plots after 5 seasons? Do you want to know more about Midge's big break? Or on the other hand, how does the show express goodbye to Joel, Abe Rose, and Lenny Bruce, obviously? The explanation goes into great detail for finale. Be on the lookout for significant spinners. Other people, on the other hand, tie up. Finale outline. Lenny Bruce's hack opens the last episode of the wonderful Mrs. Maisel. The excellent comedian is having a poor show in San Francisco in 1965, which will be his last. A concerned Susie should be visible watching from the rear of the room as he starts playing out a people dance in front of an audience in the wake of bobbling through court desk work, muttering his lines and missing his own parts. This evening, I witnessed abhorrent things outside. Susie, who is now in charge of Dick Gregory, Phyllis Diller, and Eartha Kitt, tells him that you can do better than that after the performance. Lenny Bruce, you will always be the only one. Let's get it back. Lenny, a shadow of the man he used to be, declines the invitation but does ask Susie if Midge is present. When Susie says no, she sees Midge smoking uncomfortably as she goes outside. Midge asks, indeed no. Heat is a mess, Miriam. Would you like to compete? Susie states Midge gives up, crushed. Also, Susie vows to put forth one more attempt to contact him when she is in Los Angeles the next month. Though before we know it, Midge is getting Susie out of prison after she went after cops in a recreation area. In 1961, we are once more in New York. After revealing that she begged Haiti to get Midge on the Gordon Ford show, Susie and Haiti end up talking about their past over coffee. It just so happens Haiti and Susie were involved at Pembroke. Yet Susie was devastated when Haiti left for Paris during her lesser year and returned locked in. Rose claims that her coworkers have called 6 times to inquire about her whereabouts when Midge returns home. Midge discovers that Gordon needs to see Midge when she changes into a new outfit, returns to the writer's room, and calls the boys. She experiences Gordon, who is in a supercharged outlook. You have won, then, you're on the show. Midge forced Haiti to vouch for her. He screams, evidently furious. Before heading to Susie's office tonight, she rushes to inform the authors after a quick change of clothes. Midge calls Joel after a brief celebration to invite him to the play. He is overjoyed, and he gives her permission to make fun of him on air. However, Midge discovers pigeon poop on her show outfit after picking up the phone. So Dinah goes to Berndorf's to get the clothes she put on hold. Midge at last breaks through to her father while chipping away at her demonstration, and he guarantees her that he will welcome her mom to the studio on time. Abe sets aside some margin to tell Midge how incredible the achievement is prior to hanging up the telephone. Even though he tells Rose to get dressed and rushes home because Midge hasn't spoken to her, Rose won't watch the show. Rose picks up the phone after realizing it has been ringing continuously all day, and the Gordon Ford show writers, Joel, Shirley, and Zelda immediately called to inform her of the news. She and Abe rush to hail a taxi to get to 30 Rock, but they discover that no one will take them because they are in the middle of a shift change. So they load up a frightening transport and make it there without a moment to spare. Your fortunate numbers are 46, 24, 11, 6, and 5. Midge is practicing her performance while flipping through her notebook and reading a cryptic fortune. She reads it, smiles, and tucks it into her dress close to her heart before Gordon enters to introduce astronaut Alan Shepard, another visitor. Gordon notices Midge in her opulent attire and informs her that she will not be performing. Instead, she will appear on the show to respond to a few questions about writing. Midge, Susie, and Mike article. However, Gordon is sure that the couch is for genuine visitors and even requests his laborers to draw out a stool for Midge. Pause. What steps does Midge take to stumble upon the opportunity of a lifetime? To cause Midge's visitor appearance to appear to be less staggering, Gordon presents her as its occupant woman author, tries to keep the time going by talking about himself and having the other authors on camera. Midge laughs as Gordon cuts to commercial 4 minutes early, and just as she's about to give up, her eye catches the microphone. Susie is advised by Midge that she still has 4 minutes. I'm thinking about taking a risk that could really go wrong for us both. It has the potential to endanger both you and I indirectly. What's going on? As indicated by As Per Susie, M. Idget started her vacation by standing up on a phase without anybody's consent and talking a great deal of trash that nobody believed her should say. So that is all there is to it, she says. Titches up and M. Idgets again. At the point when the program resumes after the break, Gordon asks M. Idget for what valid reason the espresso in the essayist's room is so superb. Fun fact, I'm not really a writer, so I wouldn't know, M. Idget replies. I'm a comedian. She takes the stage, defies instructions, and gives an incredible performance that includes her family. Her life as a single woman, her goals, and her children, as well as her divorce and transformation from housewife to comedian. After a 6-minute performance, thunderous applause, and a final thank you and good night, she even remembers to thank Bergdorf so that they will pay for her dress. Midge is escorted to the sofa by Gordon, who calls her the wonderful Mrs. Maisel before ejecting her. The series could have ended at that point, but it didn't. How does the glorious Mrs. Maisel bid Lenny Bruce goodbye? As we travel back 6 months, the camera moves down to a Chinese restaurant in the snow. Lenny and Midge are inside, still dressed for the season 4 finale. After doing some very blue things in that very blue room, Lenny promised to take Midge out to really bad Chinese food. In a booth, they're having a casual conversation. Lenny requests the check as M. Idge works on thinking of her signature. When she says it's been a wonderful night, he agrees with her. She then, at that point, asks with respect to why he is so sure of her future distinction. It's simply a hunch, he guarantees. I saw what you did. You evaded a police pursuit, I saw. You were very gifted. Lenny takes M. Abe's fortune treat when the fortune treats are conveyed. He says, allow me, as he reads from the tiny piece of paper. Midge's eyes light up when he says, the spotlight awaits you center stage. He asserts that all you need to do is step up and claim it. Everyone will be aware of your identity when you do. They will be accustomed to your wit, intelligence, smile, and expressive eyes. They will not have the option to oppose your charms. They'll prostrate themselves at your feet and love you in your show course at the raised area. Mage grabs the fortune from his hands just to find that he totally made up the message and that it is clear. It basically peruses, your fortunate numbers are 46, 24, 11, 6, and 5. At the point when she at last had her enormous break, she held the wealth such an extremely long time and held Lenny dear to her heart. You ought to keep a record. You will in practically no time, not excessively lengthy from now, be paying for the Chinese food, Lenny predicts. Once more, that could have indicated the series' end. I appreciate your viewing. What's more, in the event that you're new to channel, buy in and click the chime so you don't pass up a great opportunity